That's a pretty awesome view in my estimation. Beautiful morning. I haven't looked at anything yet on the internet or news or any of that, and I'm getting to the point where I don't want to because it's just too, what's the word? It's too chaotic, it's too energy draining, not worth looking at because it's just soul sucking actually. So a person has to ask themselves if it's even worth investing your time in any of that crap. All of it, you know. There'll be a story about a mass shooting. There'll be a story about a celebrity. There will be football scores. Some birds went by. That was cool. I'd rather watch birds go by. Yeah, that stuff is just over the top, energy sucking, soul draining garbage. And look where it has the collective in the palm of its hand, just every day. And the person wonders, how humanity is going to even be able to survive, and even if it should at all, because of the destructive nature of the human race at this point. Sounds pretty heavy, huh? Well, look around. People shuffling about here and there and going really nowhere except into the ground at some point. That's where everybody's going to be eventually. But in the meantime, we'll focus on all this garbage and think that's life. Work, pay bills, get into whatever people get into. Your sports, your Netflix series. I just about bought a novel yesterday. I was at Walmart shuffling around with the rest of the zombies, and I saw a novel by William Johnstone, and it was one of his Western novels in I guess a series of them he wrote. He's done a lot of books. I mean, I used to read the Out of the Ashes stuff back in the day, which were interesting books. Is that type of world that's depicted in Out of the Ashes favorable to what we're dealing with now? Well, some would suggest no, that's not a very good world. But at the same time, it might cause a real shift in consciousness, which is what probably needs to happen just on a collective scale. Or does it even matter? Does it even matter? Are we just here and then out of here at some point? on to something else or soul looped back in here. You got me. I don't have a clue. I'm a person with no clue at all about what the future might look like or what the ultimate purpose is in being in this reality in the first place. I have a close person in my life who's traveling to the DFW area to visit a friend who was diagnosed with AML, which is a extremely serious type of leukemia. Probably one of the worst diagnoses that a person could receive, actually, because the survival rate's so low. And to my knowledge, there's no cure for that. The people who are close to me in my life who have got that didn't last very long. My sister was diagnosed with that in 2017, and she maybe made it about 2.5 years after extreme complications from chemotherapy left her brain damaged and everything else. And then I had another friend actually 2 other friends that got that same thing. One in 2021, and he passed away early 2022. And another friend got the same thing around the same time, passed away in May of 2022. And just fast as all get out too. There was no real remission time, nothing like that. And it just out of the out of the blue too. I mean, at least for my close friend, I knew what his family genetics were like, and his parents lived well into their 80s. And there was no history of that sort of thing in his family that I can recall. And he only lived to be 57, and so here I am, 57, and it's like, you don't know what you have no idea what the course is from here on out. All you can do is live day to day, and that's what I do. I don't get ahead of myself. It's not needed. It's not going to do anything anyway. When the future is unknown and totally unpredictable, and there's no way to know anything, then you're just better off just having a stoic mindset, which is where I'm at most of the time. I try to be anyway. You have to train your mind to do that. I mean, you have to train your mind to be a stoic. And to forget about the things that happen in your life. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Ruminate on things that have gone on in your life. What's the point of that? I mean, just perceive it for what it is. It's not who you are. It's just an experience that you've gone through. And you have to just have your own perception about it. Like, okay, that was a experience, and there will be more experiences as we move on down the road, until there are no more experiences at all, till we go into the abyss or whatever it is. There's no point in getting all worked up over anything in this life, and that's just the truth. That's the mentality that I try to adopt every day, and not get anxious over things that are out of my control. Why would I care about what goes on out in the scripted reality when I have no control over it at all. And people get busy with that all day. The news stories, the shootings, or just whatever. Ball games, there's one. I mean, people get all butthurt if their team lost. Well, you don't have any control over that, and it's all probably scripted anyway. Scripted by big money who are betting on the games. I mean, there's your outcome right there. Fanboys will get all butthurt and put their hands on their head if somebody misses a field goal. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely just ridiculous. So you have to ask yourself, am I going to be a zombie in this place and just act like that for the rest of my life? Or am I just going to step back and have some clarity, focus on things that I can control, and not worry about things that I cannot control? Yep, that's where I'm at. So, with that being said, there's really not much more to say this morning. I can't think of enough things to go on for 30 minutes or an hour. That's just, I run out of mental string of ideas, I guess, if you want to call it that. But anyway, all right, well, I guess I'll get on with this morning. Watch the birds go by.